I've been training all my life. At the time of this video, it's been almost 26 years since I first grabbed a dumbbell I found in my house and started bringing it up and down to see what would happen. The birth of my bicep is what got me into fitness, if I think about it properly. But during these 26 years, I found out that training has levels, completely different levels. And boxing was what made me realize that. It also made me realize that bigger doesn't mean stronger, leaner doesn't mean faster. And in this video, I'm going to show you why I do boxing and what happens when you integrate that into the fitness routine. For me, it was never about becoming a boxer. It was too late for that. It was about doing something that could actually make me strong. Because after 10 years of pushing weights, I realized something that was a hard pill to swallow, to be honest. And that was, you can get bigger, look better, feel more confident, but the truth is, it's mainly aesthetics. We figured out the science behind the process of body adaptation and we took it to the extreme. That's how bodybuilding came about. But put a bodybuilder inside a boxing ring, cage, or any type of fighting scenario. What do you think would happen? If you think size and big muscles will help, you're exactly where I was 15 years ago, in a fantasy world. Ancient Greeks trained for developing strength, endurance, speed, coordination, and resilience. Their sculpted bodies were of course admired, but it simply reflected performance in military capabilities. The Romans saw it no different. All their training aimed at maximizing performance for surviving and fighting under harsh conditions. Having a godlike physique was nothing but a consequence of hard functional training. Bodybuilding is also functional, but its function is to grow muscle. That's it. What used to be a consequence of training became the actual objective. Today, however, despite admiring these extreme physiques, most of us don't want to be like that. Pushing weights is absolutely important for many different reasons. Building muscle, reducing age-related loss of muscle mass, improving bone density, increasing strength, improving joint stability, insulin sensitivity, increasing resting metabolic rate, burning fat. No doubt there is a wide range of benefits, but it's a tool for building something greater. Every athlete, regardless of the sport they compete in, lift weights to some extent. Not because their goal is to become bodybuilders, but because weight training helps them develop the physical qualities their sport requires. A footballer lifts to improve strength, power, and acceleration. A tennis player will use weights to become more explosive and stable when changing direction. A swimmer builds strength to produce more force with every stroke. A boxer doesn't step into the weight room chasing bigger arms. He does it to hit harder, move better, stay stronger under fatigue, and become more resilient. They're all lifting weights. They're just lifting them for different reasons. That's why pushing weights works better if treated as a tool rather than the objective itself. And when combined with what boxing requires, you get what I call
full spectrum training.
The most complete approach to physical training. Strength, power, increased muscle mass, burning fat, conditioning, stamina, balance, isometric strength, power.
Resting? Yeah, you get a little bit of that as well.
Aesthetics? Well, let's say you become the actual visual representation of a fucking warrior. Some people would say it's too much, it's high-level athlete mode. Actually, it's not. The secret behind this training structure is the variation. Your body takes a lot longer to adapt, and that is the secret to steady increased performance in all areas. Remember,
it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war zone.
Also, the feel is like you're a hydrogen bomb. Confidence, mental strength, resilience, discipline, motivation.
Fuck motivation. You really think motivation has anything to do with this?
Motivation is just a temporary sensation caused by the idea of becoming the best. But actually becoming the best, it takes work, not thoughts, not imagining being that animal, but actually being that animal. It's done through work, hard work. Here's what I do, how I do it, and why I do it. I don't train one thing, I train everything. Some day I focus on strength, other days it's conditioning. I still lift heavy, I still build muscle, but I don't chase muscle anymore, I use it. I train a little bit of hypertrophy, high repetitions on the upper body, a lot of core work, calisthenics, plyometrics, and every minute-on-the-minute workouts that push my body and my mind. Every type of training develops a different physical quality, and every one of those qualities has a place. Then there are my boxing days, nothing else. Just a proper warm-up, few rounds of shadow boxing, and then 7 or 8 rounds on the bag, working on different things every session. But here's one thing I almost never skip. No matter what I'm training that day, I start with boxing and I finish with boxing. Why?
Because boxing is a reminder that the body is one.
After spending time developing individual muscles, boxing reconnects everything. It reminds your legs, your hips, your core, your back, your shoulders, and your hands that they're supposed to work together, not separately. Every punch starts from the ground and travels through your entire body. Nothing works in isolation. It also keeps me loose. Weight training has this tendency to make you stiff if that's all you do. Boxing forces you to move, to rotate, to stay relaxed, stretch, breathe, and flow. It reminds you that strength without movement is incomplete. And the best part? It's actually fun. You don't have to become a boxer. You don't have to compete. You don't even have to spar. You just have to hit a bag, learn the basics, move your body, improve your coordination, improve your timing. Repeat. Every session you'll become a little bit better than the last. That's what full spectrum training became for me. Not bodybuilding, not boxing, not calisthenics, not conditioning. All of them. Each one filling the gaps the other leaves behind. You have to remember probably what's the most important thing in my opinion. No single method gives you everything. And at the end of the day, the question is, are you building body parts or are you building a body?